Hey friends, so a few people have asked us, why do you guys have a tiny home and a mobile home? That's a good question, because originally we were trying to become, off-grid, mortgage-free. That was difficult because tiny homes, they're not inexpensive. They're not necessarily cheap, especially for cash.
Yeah, we first got this one and it was a really good deal. It was the builder's first one. So that definitely cut costs. I also think that the pictures on Facebook Marketplace didn't really do the place justice. It's a really cool place, and I actually didn't recognize, I scrolled past it the first time, I didn't recognize that there was a room in the back, and my dad actually sent it to me again, and I looked harder at the pictures and realized there is a room in the back. I messaged the guy and I was like, is there a room? He's like, yes, there is. So it was a loft and a room, which was huge for us as a family.
Yeah, family of 4. We have 2 young girls, pretty much under 2. So
We knew we needed a room for them. They can't be in a loft.
So we ended up getting this, and the price basically was like we couldn't ignore it, and he worked with us, and
he also delivered it. That's a huge cost.
He delivered
as well.
it. Yeah, that was a big component. He did deliver it, and I'm sure the cost from where he was would have cost thousands of dollars, and he offered that, so it really made this like an affordable
I don't really think
item
he
for us.
knew what he was getting himself into. It actually was left on the side of the road in the middle of the night because he could only make it so far.
We're gonna start marching up to the mobile home right now. So I've gotten much more handy. I've done a lot of practice jobs. The deck really taught me a lot about woodworking. Obviously, I'm still very much an amateur, but I'm enjoying the trade so far, you could say.
We can work on the mobile home at our own pace. I don't know if we discussed that a big priority to us was being mortgage free. So we didn't want to pay to rent a place while we were building something else. So that's why we were looking at tiny homes.
And also we were like under a time budget too. I was actually overseas. I was in the Navy, and she was pregnant with our second child. So she was living with some family, and they were being very generous with their space. But when I came back, that added a whole nother individual adult to the equation. So we didn't want to wear out our welcome. And we're very, very eternally grateful they let us stay with them as long as they did.
And we started right away. Like immediately, when I moved out here, I knew this is what we wanted to do. So I was looking for Airstreams, pretty much anything, tiny home, something that was in our budget. And that took a while. We had to put in septic. We had to get electricity run to the place. We had to have a well done.
Yeah, the well right over there. Am I pointing to it? Yeah, right there. So
that was a multi-month long process I've never done anything like that. So learning how to put in permits and.
Yeah, a lot of it was like the bureaucracy with the county, and there's a lot of weight and time and things that have to go in a certain type of order, and they don't always tell you about it. So it's hard to move things along at the right pace, because you'll do something and like, well, did you do this? And you're like, wait, I was supposed to?
Well, I was working with like electricians and people who had done this before, and it still took a really long time because I was filing for the permits myself. So I was trying to talk to people, but even at the office in the city, they would say, oh, you have to do it this way. And then the next time I'd go in, they'll be like, why didn't you do this? And I'm like, what? Yeah,
it's like we've been working with you for months now, and they will not tell you everything.
And we're lucky. They're all really nice people.
Very nice.
But things get lost in translation.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know, so.
Yeah, it's hard to research because every county is different, and the information, it's tricky. Some of you out there might be like, oh, how could you not know? But
something that was really, I guess, kind of obvious, but I didn't understand because I told them I wanted to put buildings on here, and I had buildings. They're like, oh, you need building permits. And to me, in my head as an novice, I was like, that's for if you're building something, not if you already have a building. Because I already told them I have a tiny home. I want to put electricity and well and everything up to it. So the next time they're in, they're like, can't believe you don't have a building permit. That's a problem. And I'm like, oh.
I know, right? It was like, so lost in translation and the red tape. But hey, we made it. Let's see. Check this out. There's a property. Pretty cool. There she is. She looks really good from the outside, but on the inside, it's a war zone in there. We did a walkthrough video when we were brand new to YouTube. It's really awkward, but pretty funny. I like it. We'll put a little thing right here if you want to see it.
But
We're still awkward. You guys get ready. But we're gonna remodel this thing from the inside out. We're gonna paint it. We have so much in store. We've got a bunch of materials, and we've been Facebook marketplacing things because we're still on a budget.
So that's another thing you don't think about too is, I mean, I did, but I didn't. So we got the tiny home, and then we got this, and we realized we need a place to put our tools and things we need for the land. So we also had to get this guy.
This guy, we're pointing to it.
Which houses a lot of our tools and like a riding lawnmower. And we moved from a 1,500 square foot house. So, you know, we had some stuff.
Some things. And
we didn't know what we were doing when
I left on deployment. We actually got extended, and we didn't have enough time to kind of like prepare for this new decision that we made, and it kind of happened rashly, and we're really stoked on it. But you know, luckily the military will move you one last time for free. So we're just like, let's just bring all of our stuff out here, and now we have a storage unit for forever. For, you know, we can partition it eventually. We're gonna probably make that a little office studio or whatnot. But it's definitely right now it's full of a lot of things, and we need to organize it.
Yes,
so
it needs help for sure. It's a lot of love.
But yeah, here's this guy. Let's walk around. I'll show it to you guys. Some of you guys are familiar with us. You've seen this before, but it's got a really cool deck that came with it, and a really cool view. And we're gonna, as soon as this storm ceases, we're going to get in there. You can see the flooring. That's gonna be the first thing that we do is put the flooring down, because we've got a lot of stuff in the shipping container that needs to come out so we can organize that. And a lot of that stuff belongs in here anyways. So I'm gonna do the floor.
I got that floor off of Marketplace actually for $50.
Almost free. We have 700 square feet of really nice flooring, because the people, they said they did it for their children, and they saw it and they're like, oh, we hate this color. So it was brand new, and they just pulled it up. It wasn't glued down or anything. So it was a steal of the century.
Good condition. So we're happy.
Yep. So we're gonna put that down, and that's gonna be the first thing that we do, and then
we can move some stuff from the shipping container in here, a little bit of furniture, and clear that up.
But yeah, so you know, to wrap it back in, we've got the tiny home, we've got the mobile home and the shipping container, and this is gonna make it so we can eventually move in here, and if we want to have friends or family visit us, they have a place to stay. And eventually, for our children, no matter what, they will have a place to stay. For our little girls, like no matter what happens in the future, you know, they'll have a place to call home. We ended up getting this, and then literally we had put the word out to family and friends that we were looking for, you know, a small footprint living space, and someone got back to us literally as it was being delivered that they had essentially an abandoned mobile home that they'd literally almost give it to us for nearly free. It was very inexpensive, and we basically had to pay for the transportation of that, which was only like a mile away. So we said, you know, maybe we could, you know, this is a great space.
We knew that the tiny home wasn't going to be forever. As a family of 4, it's wonderful, and we love it, and it's close and cozy, but
very cozy.
You know, the girls are going to need a little bit more space to play as they get a little bit older, and we'd like our own private.
And this is only 240 square feet, so it's tiny. You know, it's a real tiny home on wheels.
The mobile home isn't much bigger, but we do have plans to possibly add another room on it. So we have a 2-bedroom. The mobile home is only 36 feet long by 12. Yeah. So it's not much
bigger. It's much bigger in terms of what we're living in now. But
the width really makes a huge difference, because this is only 8 feet wide. Having that extra 4 feet, even though it sounds pretty meager, actually makes a huge difference. Especially in like living room, when you have 4 people hanging out, that makes a big difference. Yeah,
so we had it delivered. We knew it was going to be a huge undertaking, and I've never done anything like in the construction field before, and the tiny home required a lot. Like I built that deck right there. I'm building the railing. So I've actually gotten pretty handy. I've done a couple of projects. You know, you guys would know if you've been following us for a while. But I feel like
So it's
I'm
allowing Ryan to build up his skills slowly. You know, this needed a few things. Well, it is actually quite a lot of things. They're all small little projects that aren't going to kill us. Like our washing machine isn't hooked up yet. But,
we've been
you know,
using driving to family for that.
yeah. So we're very fortunate in that aspect, but it's not like it's dire for us. As well as the deck, you could work on it a little bit. It's not dire, especially in the winter, but that will add a lot of square footage.
Well, thanks for sticking with us this long. You know, this is our next project. We're really excited to remodel and refurbish this. We can't wait to show you the before and after because it's going to be drastic. The inside is crazy. So, I mean,
Definitely. We had some a mold issue in transit, and so there's a lot of work ahead of us from damaging that, and then we want to make sure that it's very safe, especially with little kids. So we're going to be tearing everything out.
yeah, and putting all new, you know, anything you pretty much touch is either going to be painted or replaced. And we're really, you know, excited to share that journey with you, and hope you guys stick around and join it with us. See you guys.
See ya.